Suicide rates have been rising alarmingly across the globe, but the surge is especially stark in regions like Africa. In Uganda, the situation is even more sobering. Suicide rates have increased nearly 30% in the recent years, placing the country among the top 10 nations in Africa grappling with the highest suicide numbers. According to the National Population and Housing Census Report of 2024, Uganda recorded 272,271 cases of suicidal thoughts and attempts over the last decade. Children aged 10 to 14 years registered the highest number, a heartbreaking 39,656 cases, followed closely by the 15 to 19-year-olds at 36,615 cases. A disturbing question arises: why are our youngest, our future, increasingly losing hope? And what can be done before more lives slip away silently? In this report, we hear from leaders who are on the front line reflecting deeply on this growing crisis among the young people.
In Uganda, we are facing a very, very serious challenge of increasing suicide cases among our young people. It is terrible for a young child, for a youth, to decide to take his or her life. I saw a report which indicated that the suicide cases were increasing between the ages of 15 and 29. And that is a very young age where we expect someone to be more productive, to be more useful, energetic, someone to support himself, the family, the community, the church, and the country at large.
First of all, committing suicide is criminal itself. So children who are watching us, if we want to commit suicide, if we get you and we know that you wanted to do that, we shall arrest you. You are not supposed to kill yourself. It is only God who is allowed to say you have served your term, you die and go. So nobody is supposed to kill.
Last year in Kasangati, a heart-wrenching tragedy unfolded. 17-year-old Hawa Nantongo ended her own life. It was reported that her mother was pressuring her to take a science combination, biology, chemistry and mathematics BCM, against her passion for the arts, specifically divinity, economics and Luganda. Hawa's story is not isolated. It is just one of many reminders of these battles young people fight silently. Speaking to Miriam Birakwate Mkombozi, the Family Ministries Coordinator for the Diocese of Kampala, she emphasizes the vital role of open communication between parents and children, especially when it comes to major life decisions like education.
The schools and the parents, especially where they are choosing combinations, they should be able to sit together and see, what does my child, what can he do? What does, is he a scientist? Is he an artist? What can he afford to do? And then the career masters or career guidance persons are able to guide, and also the children should be able to listen. If your parent tells you, no, this combination from what I'm seeing is not good for you, as a child, please be able to listen to your teacher, listen to your parent.
Lulete Fero, the head of Youth Department under Namirembe Diocese, echoes the concern, urging parents and teachers to maintain close relationships with their children and to be vigilant about the influence of peers. Peer pressure, he notes, is not a minor phase but can be the final nudge towards tragedy.
We also need to study very well the environment and the groups of our children, because peer influence is very powerful. Peer influence is very powerful because at that age, the social networking, the friends of our children determine very much their behaviors and characters and the interests. Now, if a child is in a wrong group, he or she is likely to adopt the behaviors, the characters of such groups.
From a law enforcement perspective, Senior Superintendent of Police Jackson Muchunguzi from the Child and Family Protection Unit at the Uganda Police Force attributes a significant portion of youth suicide cases to parenting gaps. He warns parents must not project their unfulfilled dreams onto their children.
To me, I think this is coming from parenting gaps. where either gaps of feeding with soft life to children, whatever they ask you, give them. When they do this, you don't punish them. Stick and carrot necessary, not too much. And I think it is causing problem. Then another problem to me, I attribute it to parents who want children to do what they failed in life. You wanted to be a doctor, and things didn't work out. You want a child to be. So when he fails, you put too much pressure.
Parents must be present, they must listen, they must be available. Experts agree the tragic common thread in most of these suicide cases is that the victims often find no one to confide in, not even their own parents.
I encourage parents to speak. Speak to children's life. Mental illness is real. They go through a lot in what they feed, what they watch, what their friends are telling them. And this one puts them on too much pressure that they cannot contain. They end up committing suicide. Then I would think an healthy competition amongst the couples. You want your child to be like children of so and so. Allow systems and processes to work for themselves. What God decided that somebody will be indeed. So if we can do that, then we need to do too much sensitization and speak to children. Most parents are absent. They are not there in lives of children. They are busy with hustle, looking for money. How much is too much?
The accessibility of the elders in school, how easy is it for these children to access? There may be matrons, dormitory fathers, teachers, the student leaders, etc. Likewise at home, likewise in our communities, likewise in church. That's why here in church we encourage fellowships. People coming together to fellowship together. People coming together to share challenges, to give testimonies. Because you may be going through a challenge. When I come to share my testimony, you realize that your problem actually is minor compared to the challenge I've just shared and the testimony I'm giving. So that makes someone not to give up.
I would encourage parents to encourage or to support their children by giving them safe space for communication without being judged or without them having fear of being judged. So they should provide or give safe space to their children for open communication so that they are able to communicate their fears, their feelings, like teenagers, that stage where they can be able to give communication to their parents.
Parents should take keen interest in knowing what kind of lives are their children living, what kind of friends do they have, what kind of movies do they watch. But to start with, parents should create time to have open discussions with their children. We should encourage children not to keep secrets. Let them be open to their parents. That way, they will be able to expose if there's anything that they are hiding or anything that is bothering them. They will be able to discuss it with their parents.
We need to do a lot of parenting for our children, and the teachers equally need to help us with these children. They need to understand the children they are dealing with. As parents out there, we need to do a lot of parenting, and teachers, once you're entrusted with people's children, please take responsibility of people's children.
While the numbers are heartbreaking, hope is not lost. Every conversation, every moment of listening, and every act of love can save a life. Together, we can turn silent struggles into stories of survival and help our young people find reasons to live, dream, and believe. Luke Majumba Alinaitwe, Church of Uganda Family TV, News at 8.